What's up, guys? Rifle Storm here, and welcome to Class Reunion Chat Room. This is an interesting game I found on Steam. It's basically a chat room with your class. It's a whole big reunion thing, but something goes wrong. I'm not sure what, but we are here to find out. As we do, because we are the best detectives out there. If you guys are excited for this content, make sure to subscribe and turn on those bell notifications so you never miss out on our awesome content. More like this on the channel, and plenty more to come in the future, guys. Alright, well, let's see what this reunion is all about. Can we talk about the vibe of this song real quick? Pretty hot, pretty vibey. Pretty sure this game is not going to be pretty vibey, though. Let's see. Rock. Okay, press space to advance the story. Type the gray pre-written text into the chat box if Amy is responding. And press the send button or enter to send it. Alternatively, you could just press the double arrow button to autofill the text. I think you know what we're going to be doing. Heck yeah. This game features depiction of violence, gore, and animal cruelty. Oh boy. This story is a warning, I'll be the judge of that. You could be next. Maybe. Sometimes I wonder why they keep the convenience store open that long. Just like last night and the night before, barely any customers came. Whatever, as long as I get paid. You know, that's what you should be thankful for, you know what I'm saying? Looks like it started raining right when I got home. I guess I was lucky. Can't open the window and let fresh air in without my laptop getting wet, though. Oh, alright. How should I kill time tonight? The big disadvantage of being awake when everyone else was asleep was that I had no one to chat with after getting home. Sometimes I'd play random games I'd find on the internet. Oh, is that right? Or watch some movie. Unproductive stuff. You know, I feel personally attacked by that. Which is probably a bad habit, considering I still hadn't figured out what direction to take my life in. Let me put on some music first. This is the perfect soundtrack for a chill, rainy night. Yeah, it's like that lo-fi girl sitting in front of the window. I really hope this isn't copyrighted at all. I don't think it is. An email? 2:14 in the morning? Damn. I barely ever get any emails. The store manager usually contacts me via SMS and my friends via full chat. It's an email by Blaze Marktree. I haven't heard of that name in forever. Well, I ain't never heard it, so not relevant to me, Miss Amy. Blaze is an old classmate of mine. He was the smartest in our grade. No, probably the whole school. I'll be the judge of that. He's also generally kept people at arm's length. I barely knew anything about him because of that. Why was he sending me an email? Okay. My name is Blaze Marktree. You might remember me from our shared time at school. Recently, a couple of past classmates and I decided that it would be a great idea to catch up with everyone. This might serve as a great opportunity to reforge connections and to learn more about the paths everyone has taken. Ideally, this could result in an in-person reunion in the future. I've linked an invitation to a group chat where we created and invited all classmates to below. Note that you will need to install a free piece of chat software called Full Chat to participate. Don't hesitate to let me know if you have any questions or concerns. Yours sincerely, Blaze Marktree. This mail was oddly formal for an invitation to a class reunion chat. Well, you know what, Amy? Maybe he was trying to be nice. Maybe he was trying to be an intellectual and send a proper, formal email as an invitation. Okay? He's not whining because it's 2 o'clock in the morning, raining outside, and getting a couple raindrops on a precious $200 laptop. Okay? Maybe he's just trying to be a nice person and not complain about standing around doing nothing and still getting paid. Okay? Most people would be like, wow, that's amazing. I'm standing around doing literally nothing and making money. Wow. But you know, not everybody, has two brain cells to rub together, so we're gonna keep going. The way Blaze had worded it made it seem more like a business opportunity. I mean, it is formal, but I mean, really? Business opportunity. Either way, this sounded like a great idea. I'm glad you can see it his way. The only person I'd kept in touch with since leaving school was my best friend, Liv. Of course. Of course. Generally, I did enjoy my time at school, and most people in my class were pretty cool. And why didn't you talk to them? Why didn't you try to befriend them? Huh? I'd also love to know what they're currently doing. Maybe they could give me some ideas for my future, or maybe you could pave your own path. Wow! Alright, it's settled. Time to join the group chat. Not that anyone would be online at this time of night. You underestimate us guys and our gremlin hours. Even our late night gamer lady friends. Yeah, you know, it's this thing called gremlin hours. Yes, you underestimate us. Seems like 3 other people aside from me have joined the chat so far. You, Blaze, Gigi, and Mike. Blaze, someone called Gigi, heart emoji, and someone called Mike, or Make. Oh, Blaze is writing something. Seems like he is still awake after all. Hello, Amy. It's nice to see you here. You're one of the first to join the group chat, aside from us 3, who came up with the idea for this class reunion project. The purpose of this group chat is to catch up with our past classmates and reforge connections. Let us know if you have any questions or concerns. You're the only one I know who writes such long paragraphs in full chat. And wasn't all of that information already in your email? Ugh, emoji. It never hurts to make sure that everyone is on the same page. Also, I would recommend spelling it email, as it is compound made up of the words electronic and mail. You don't write e-business or e-learning either, do you? Yeah! This man's an intellectual. His brain is on another fucking galaxy. What? Wow. Okay. All right. This man clearly was blessed with the elusive 3rd brain cell. Let's admire it and praise the man for such an amazing feat. Anyway, it's nice to meet you again, Amy. Heart emoji. Oh, I have to type this. Ah, yeah. Nice to meet you as well. Task passed successfully. Oh, can I just... I have to admit that I'm not fully sure whose name belongs to who, though. I told you, using your full name as your chat name, or at least your first name, just like Amy, would make things a lot easier. But Gigi sounds way cuter. That emoji, that little... Oh my god, we got a uwu in here. Alright. If there's not an uwu before the end of this game, I will be very disappointed. I need an uwu or an owo. Double down and make it both of them. Alright. Anyway, I'm Angie. Okay, confession. I didn't ask. Actually, double confession. I actually did ask. But not this me. This me. Alright. I'm sorry. We hung out one time, if you still remember. Oh, you vastly overestimate my memory. Oh. Now that she mentioned it, we did hang out once. We weren't particularly close, though. Angie was someone who got along with everyone in our class and who was always surrounded by a bunch of other girls. It was the same when we went shopping. She invited me directly and I wasn't sure how to decline. I initially assumed we would go with a few people, but we ended up going as a group of 15. Oh, yeah, see, never me, no. I do not need a small army to go with me, okay? I can go by myself or with 1 or 2 friends, all right? Maybe even the elusive 3rd friend, okay? I know, it's weird. Someone like me to have friends. Perfectly reasonable that you would think that. Perfectly reasonable. But we're gonna continue the story. Hanging out with so many people at once was a bit much. Oh! 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 You think? You think? What vehicle would you have taken to ride with 15 people? Alright. Fair enough. I didn't dislike Angie, though. I think I genuinely enjoy hanging out with her one-on-one. And you might know Mike as Mike. Huh. Mike! Mike! Are the beers on you? Do you know a good place? Was there a lot of traffic? Don't demand his frequent typographical errors. You'll have to get used to them. Hello, ... Oh, he's a bit shy, but he'll open up to you in no time. Love the faces. Hi, Mike. I'm not sure, but I don't think we interacted much during our time in school. Did we? I don't think so. Think. Mike didn't have too big of a presence, so I'm not surprised that you don't remember him. Only because he was shy, though. He was really good at sports. If he had been less timid, he would have likely been very popular. These faces, man. You three seem close. Were you friends back in school? I didn't remember seeing them hanging out together. Kind of. It was Angie's fault. Don't make it sound like a bad thing. I noticed that Blaze and Mike always hung out alone, and so I befriended them. We ended up hanging out frequently, and our friendship lasted beyond school. Aww. I wasn't good at making friends. I probably would have been fine alone, but it was still nice to have people I could share my thoughts with. Aww. It was, by the way, also Angie's idea to create this group reunion chat. Mike and I ended up being dragged into it. Angie tends to be pretty disorganized, so I figured they need me to handle the administrative side. And I guess reforging contacts, just in case they come in handy later, isn't a bad idea either. I joined because I was hoping that I could get to know my classmates properly, since I missed out on that when still in school. I was still in school. Don't worry, Mike, I got you. I know that you became more outgoing recently, Mike. I think that's great. So, what have you all been up to after leaving school? I'll start. Wink. This might come as a bit of a surprise, but I've been working in software development. I'm just realizing that when I did that little wink, did I blink both eyes? I probably did. God, what is wrong with me? God, what is wrong with me? This was a surprise indeed. Yeah, software development. That's quite big brain. But would also explain all the emojis. Angie was very open about herself to anyone who would listen, but I never heard of her being into tech. I personally think that there's no reason to keep your love for programming a secret back then, Angie. Yeah, it wasn't anything bad after all. Oh well, I just thought it would make me seem weird or something. Tee-hee. Oh my god. These faces. I mean, if anybody would make fun of you for being into tech, or anything at all, really, I just, they're kind of douchebags. I mean, let's be real. People should be able to like what they like. I mean, I like games. I like entertaining you guys. It's not a bad thing, is it? So, if anybody tells you that you're weird for liking something like technology or wanting to pursue a path like, say, YouTube or anything of that nature, tell them to go fuck themselves. How about that? That's my one F-word pass for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Well, my past suspicions are sometimes being confirmed, unfortunately. There are some colleagues and clients at my company that make snarky comments. Yep, and that's when you give them the slap to the noggin, you know what I'm saying? Man, really. They're just being poo-poo heads, don't mind them. Thank you, Mike, for censoring that. I like it, I like it. But what he meant to say was shitheads. Alright. Alright, I got my 2 free passes, that's it. Yeah, we know how skilled you are at what you do. Thanks, guys. That is, I love the faces, God bless. I'm glad I was able to talk about my hobby with you two back then, at least. That was probably the reason why we got so close in the first place. Can you imagine my surprise, Amy, when Blaze came up to me out of the blue and told me that he knew that I was into programming? I literally thought he was about to blackmail me. The shocked face. You know what I'd be doing for thumbnails. Love it. ... Oh, Red's in here. All right. That level 80 something Pikachu out, my boy. Don't worry. Don't worry. Got a ground type. It's called Geodude with self-destruct. Make it even worse. Graveler with self-destruct. What's the evolution of that? Golem? Gollum? Not the thing from Lord of the Rings. Golem. Golem with self-destruct. I'll do you one better. Bidoof with self-destruct. Yeah, I was one of those guys. Turns out he's just really smart and wanted to confirm his suspicions. It didn't make sense to keep it a secret from Blaze and Mike after that. So I just poured my heart out about all the nerdy stuff I couldn't talk about with anyone else to them. A little bit off topic, but that emoji you use gives me heartburn. Wait, what? What? Yes, it looks quite odd. I think it's cute. Anyway, you're next, Mike. You'll be surprised to hear what Mike has been up to, Amy. Oh, will we now? Actually, how about you guess first? I didn't know Mike at all, so I wasn't sure how I was supposed to guess his current job. Well, maybe use your detective skills. He plays sports, obviously. Or he works at GameStop. One of the two. All I knew about him was that he was into sports back in school. Something with sports? I knew you'd guess that. It's probably a bit weird of a jump from sports, but I work with animals. God. This is why you never judge a book by its cover, okay? Never. It's never a good thing. You see? My detective skills for the first time in this entire channel, like 150 videos. My detective skills has failed me. Or maybe I've failed my detective skills. Probably that. Probably that. I enjoyed sports in school, but also really liked biology. Oh, interesting. Also, always felt less awkward around animals than humans. I am sure. Animals are a lot less judgmental. Okay? Very, very much less judgmental. So I ended up studying zoology and became a keeper. Wow, okay. That's really cool. So you work at a zoo? Yeah, it's really fun. Actually, I forgot to account for that. I have to work with other people even when working at a zoo. Oh my god. This dude. This poor man. But my coworkers are really cool, and thanks to them, I became a bit more sociable, which is why I hope I can maybe get to know my classmates properly now. I'm glad I'm somewhat cultured to understand these typos and abbreviations. Some of these abbreviations just do not make sense. Can you not put an A, a Y, and an E? It's 3 more letters, my friend. 3. I could understand. I could understand if it's something like supercalifragilistic. I can't even say it. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Something like that. Maybe something like that you would abbreviate. Something long. Anyway, I probably wrote too much. Your turn, Blaze. Blaze's story is probably more interesting. I see. My time has come then. This man's acting like he's in an edit. My man thinks he's in an anime edit, my guy. Okay, you know what? You have the floor. Let's go. I knew early on that I wanted to study and practice law. I figured it would be an adequate challenge and prove to be a fulfilling career path. After some research, I concluded that one of the best options for me was Yale University in the United States of America. All right. Okay. It has a fairly low acceptance rate, but I wasn't too worried. Currently, I'm in my last semester. Do you have any further questions? All right, fancy pants. That sounds great. What is America like? Wait, I'm not in America. Well, it's hard to generalize, as this is a very big country, but what impressed me was the contrast between the big cities and the more rural areas of America. Also, I really like spending time at the parks. They're very pleasant. I'm glad you think so. Forgot to ask earlier, but have you made friends there? I'd love to get to know them. This little face. Okay, well, that was weird. He's not replying. That's probably a reply in and of itself. Blaze did always have trouble making friends because of how unapproachable he made himself. I don't need any friends in America. I could just hang out online with you. Oh, that's sweet. And that's also not very healthy. I wonder what would happen if I clicked that. You know, Amy, Blaze, may seem very unfriendly and pedantic. But he always helped me with anything if I needed any help, and not just with studying. You want to enlighten me? I'm making it weird, I'm sorry. Yeah, he's a bit... Alright. Yeah, he's a bit of a tsundere. Let's see. Oh yes, do tell. What is a tsundere? You know, someone who seems cold or harsh, but gets warm and kind as you get to know them. The one who says, it's not like I like you or anything, but baka. 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 I would never say that. Ya baka. Looking like Chewbacca. Alright. I'm losing my mind. I have no interaction, it's just this. I don't know how I feel about it. Are you guys entertained? Please let me know. I'm dying over here, I'm dying. Not really. But I could be. Technically, we all are. If you really think about it. Alright, pause, let's go. Sure. I wasn't following this conversation at all. The replies just made me more confused. Anyway, what about you, Amy? What have you been doing? Nothing as interesting as you three. I'm working at a convenience store to bridge time until I'm sure what I want to do long term. No worries, I'm sure you'll figure it out soon enough. Yeah, it took me some thinking to find out that I wanted to be a keeper. There's no rush. I wouldn't recommend wasting too much time either, though. But I guess there's nothing wrong with taking your time to make sure. That was weird. I had a little loady on my mouse. Wow. But I guess there's nothing wrong with you want to take your time to make sure that you choose the right career path for you. For you. Yes, for you. For you. Oh, is that a little thumbs up? It is. Yeah, speaking of, have you guys left a like yet? Give you a minute. Watching you. I'm gonna make sure you leave a like. You hear me? Do you hear me? You see me? I'm not pressing the space bar until you leave a like. That's a lie. We gotta keep moving. They were a bit of an odd bunch, but they all seemed like very nice people overall. Well, Blaze still seemed a bit stuck up, but I trust Angie's and Mike's assessments of him. They knew him way longer than I did. My stomach is rumbling. Right, I still hadn't eaten anything since coming home. I will be AFK for a bit. I'll make myself something to eat. See you in a bit. Bye-bye. I shall get something too. Be back in a bit. Yeah, see that B right there? That's fine. That's perfect placement for an abbreviation. But, my guy, just one letter. Just one letter. Oh, yes. Yes. On to the next part of the story. Hello. A software developer, a zookeeper, and a lawyer. They all had chosen really interesting career paths. I can't help but feel bad about my lack thereof. I have no idea about programming, and it seems too tough for me anyway, so I guess that wouldn't work for me. I'm allergic to animal hair, so zookeeper would likely be out of the question. I'm also not smart enough to become a lawyer. Never say never, because I am not that bright, but even I learned how to disassemble an entire engine in a vehicle. It's amazing how many failures it would take before you become successful. But see, that's the thing. The failures are what will make you successful. Just remember that, guys. There's never been success without failure. So don't give up on your dreams, guys. Keep on. Pro tip. Oh. What am I good at? Stocking shelves? Well, hey. You know, that is an avid skill. Oh well, I'll figure it out eventually. Maybe they can give me some tips later. I'm sure at least one of them can. Probably Blaze. God, I'm glad I continued that sentence because it really, really sounded like I was going somewhere else with that, and I'm sorry if that's what you thought. For now, I'll warm up some leftover risotto. That should improve my mood. How late is it now? 3 a.m. There's still some time left until Liv wakes up. I wonder how well she remembers Angie, Blaze, and Mike. Now that I think about it, how come the three of them are still awake? Maybe I should ask them when I'm back at my laptop. Achievement unlocked. Risotto. Alright, I'm back, baby. Here we go, I'm back with food and renewed motivation. My headphones broken? The music sounds weird. Oh well, I was planning on buying new ones soon anyway. Music is still listenable, it just sounds a bit distorted. I'll manage. Let's see what they've been chatting about while I was gone. Apparently nothing. They probably have their own group chat. Right, I wanted to ask them how come they're still awake. I'm back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Hello again. I've been wondering, how come you're all still awake? It's still early evening here in America, so it's a time zone difference in my case. I have tomorrow off, and I usually like staying up late when I don't have to wake up early the next day. I might have had too much coffee and can't sleep. I had a late... You know what, guys? We're going for 3. I had a late shit at a zoo. Currently transitioning to be a night keeper. Well, I'm glad that late night dumpy wumpy, the late night pooperoony, alright, enough. I'm just glad it went alright, you know? Shift. Even clearer. That's an embarrassing typo. This is why I tell you to double check your messages before sending them. Hung out with some of the owls, too. They're chill. Not a fan of the scorpions, though. They're active at night and scurry around. Scorpions, get over here. It's the same for me. I also work the late shift to stay up a few hours after getting home. The main reason why I stay up after my night shift is so that I can chat with Liv before going to sleep. Liv gets up very early, so that is usually the best time to catch up with her online. Okay, my bad, I can't read. She probably got Blaze's invitation as well. I'll assume she'll join as well once she's awake. Hey, I have an idea. How about we each tell an embarrassing secret? That way we can get to know each other better. I'm assuming with the music going the way it is and this is going to be a bad idea. That's probably where it's going to get really dark. That sounds like a dumb idea. Yeah. I'm not sure about this. I don't think I'd be able to come up with anything interesting, and I also don't feel like sharing secrets with half strangers, even if they are past classmates. Oh. I guess it's fine. Please don't cry. Alright, if Mike thinks it's okay, then I guess I'll play along. This face. I've seen this face far too much. Far too much, and it is hilarious every time. No worries, Amy. You could just pass or tell us something general about yourself. We don't know you that well, so that'll be totally fine. Alright then. I guess I'll just tell them something random about myself rather than an actual secret. Alright, I'll go first since I proposed it. You already know about my love for programming when I was at school, so that's not much of a secret anymore. Instead, I'll tell you about something else. It's probably not something unnormal, but I sometimes feel jealous of other people. I guess I don't like this about myself because I don't want to have negative thoughts about others. This especially happens when people openly share things they're passionate about. Probably because I never got to talk about my hobby openly. Thank you for sharing. Don't worry, feeling jealous sometimes is normal. I agree. How you deal with these feelings is what's important. You go next, Blaze. I'm still thinking. Alright then, I'll share with you the worst day of my life. Dramatic pause. Cerebral pause incoming. Alright, let's see what his worst day is. I got a C once in grade school. Editor, insert the facepalm meme here, please. Thank you. In case you didn't, I'll do it for you. That hurt. Okay, I got a C once in grade school. ... I guess, Kamoing from Blades, this is a big confession. You'll never understand my pain. Oh, is that right? Sekai ni atami o shinra tensei. With a little bit of extra season on it, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Naruto people. Whatever, I'm next. Blaze and Angie already know, but it might be a surprise for you, Amy. I don't know if I like how you put that. When I was in school, I did sports and took care of what I ate. But since finishing school, I kind of abandoned sports and I'm not as careful about eating healthy. So I've gained some weight, meaning I don't look much how I used to. The keeper job is physically demanding, but not enough to level out my love for food. Although that is really a problem as long as it doesn't affect your health in a major way. Yeah, I'm a pretty big guy, you know. We're just gonna keep going. We want to leave it at that. Yeah, and are definitely women out there who are into chubby but underneath muscular guys. Well, I can't promise I have any muscle, you know, but I got bones, I think. Anyways, your turn, Amy. Mike working at the zoo reminded me of something. It's not much of a secret, though. I'd never be able to work at the zoo because of my animal hair allergy. Oh, sneezing already. But on top of that, I'm also allergic to iguanas. How do you even find out something like that? It's a long story. I'll hear about it when we meet in person for the reunion. Anyway, my turn again. I guess I could tell you somewhat of a follow-up to my last admission. There was one time when I felt especially jealous. It was someone I knew. What? Somebody just ran behind me. I'm not gonna say nothing about that. The music is getting more distorted. Or like this. It was someone I knew who was into sprinting. She was really passionate about it, and it was the topic of most of our conversations. My attempts at changing the topic were usually unsuccessful. She was really good at running and definitely would have become a successful athlete. It was a bit painful to listen to her speak about her hobbies openly while being reminded that I couldn't talk about my own. But I feigned a smile every time we talked and tried not to let it faze me. Eventually I had to find a way to vent so I wouldn't explode though. Well, I did something that I'm definitely not proud of. I ended up putting tacks into her running shoes. Well, that's messed up. That's really messed up. And that's literally because... Okay, you know what? Oh, that was unexpected. I always saw Angie as a really kind person. I never expected her to resort to that, but I guess everyone has their dark side. It seemed like Angie was regretting it. I guess you do stupid stuff when you're younger. I assume it's my turn then. This time I'll recount something that might be more interesting to you. Don't forget to split up your messages so it's easier to read. Alright then, I'll try. When I was very young, I knew someone who went on my nerves more than anyone else. Got on your nerves? He was lazy, got bad grades, was vulgar, and overall an unpleasant person, and he always followed me around, trying to befriend me, no matter how much I declined. Until something happened on a school trip, we had to go hiking on a mountain, and I, being not very fit, hung back, and since the boy, to my detriment, wanted to hang out with me, he hung back as well. My God. He kept passionately talking my ear off about something irrelevant. I don't remember what exactly. Well, he distracted himself so much that he slipped and toppled over the edge. He managed to grab a root that was protruding out of the cliffside. Apparently, due to shock, he wasn't able to cry out for help. All he could do was grasp in desperation. The teacher and the other kids ahead of us hadn't heard what happened and kept walking on. There were several things I could have done at that moment. I could have grabbed his hand or I could have cried out to the teacher. But I didn't do anything. All I could think of that moment was how little would be lost if the boy were to disappear. And so I continued walking, pretending I didn't notice. The boy was found dead at the foot of the mountain not too long after. The teacher shouldered the responsibility and she was supposed to watch us. But I knew that I was at fault. I still remember his face when he mouthed for help without getting a single sound out. Tears in his eyes. Okay, so you're basically a murderer. Nice. That's heavy. Dude, I would leave. Definitely a step up from the story about you getting a C. Is this really something he should be openly sharing with me? This is very serious. I guess it wasn't like Blaze actively killed him, and Blaze was still young, but that's still a very extreme story. Alright, my turn again. My secret is work related, so please don't tell anyone. I don't want to get fired. Oh god. It wasn't like I knew where he worked anyway, though I wonder if he should be telling me secrets that could cost him his job. I oftentimes stay late at the zoo after most of the others have left. Those working the night shift usually don't notice. That sounds relatively harmless so far. I'd often skip dinner when staying at the zoo so I'd get hungry at night, so eventually the intrusive thoughts started. I'd start wondering what the animals at the zoo would taste like. Did you know that seals look chunky? They look chunky, but their meat has less than 2% fat. Also, lots of protein. There's also indigenous people who eat parrots. Also heard of people eating tigers somewhere. Anyhow, these thoughts are troubling. I see the animals at the zoo as friends and family, and thinking about eating friends and family is troubling. That kind of weirded me out. The longer this secret sharing is going on, the more unsympathetic everyone seems, and the more uncomfortable I'm becoming. But I guess that's what happens when people start sharing their darkest secrets. It's 4 a.m. already. I should go take a shower. I'll be gone for a bit. Alright, see you later. Oh my. That was a couple of very big bombs, very big information bombs dropped on me, and I do not appreciate either of them. I'm sure this is going to get a lot darker, a lot quicker. The more I think about it, the more I wonder if what they wrote is true. Angie bullied and physically hurt someone. Blaze let someone die, and Mike is thinking about eating the animals he works with. Those were pretty shocking stories. But would they be sharing them with an almost stranger like me? Were they playing a prank on me? You showered. Yeah, that's an achievement, alright. Achievement unlocked. The gamer has showered. Phew, that was nice. So, do I dare open the chat again? I expect things have become pretty awkward after those confessions. Seems like no one had written any messages since I left. Hey, Amy is back. How do you know? Welcome back. Hello again. Huh? How could they tell I was back? Full chat doesn't have any online, away, or offline indications. Or with Amy being back, how about we continue? I volunteered to go next. I'd like to share the aftermath of what I experienced on that trip. Just you're familiar with the concept of natural selection. It's a term popularized, yes, I can read, by Charles Darwin. This term natural selection is also oftentimes used mockingly whenever someone hurts themselves while doing something unintelligent. Sometimes said unintelligent actions even result in death. The boy's death, and the music is getting more distorted. That's horrifying. The boy's death I talked about might fit that category. That got me thinking, what if instead of leaving it up to chance, you were to force said natural selection? What would make it less natural, of course? Which would make it less natural, of course? Yes, it would. But if I were to do that, I wouldn't choose the affected randomly. I would use myself as the standard measure and filter out the ones who are by a big margin inferior to me. I'd very likely be a good judge of a person's capabilities and whether they are justified in living, so I gave it a go, and it was pretty successful. I would research them, come up with a challenge, and warn them of the consequences that would await them if they were to fail. And I thought it pretty clever consequences, if I might add. Swimmers who didn't succeed drowned with their arms and feet tied. Singers got their vocal cords ripped out. Cooks were cooked alive. Despite the challenges being rather easy, in my opinion at least, few survived. The ones who did survive rose to new heights. Oh my god. This man's a psychopath, I see. Do you know Birami? That bowler who became famous for never missing a strike this year? There was also some commotion around him missing 2 fingers out of nowhere. You have me to thank for that. He was to have one of his fingers smashed to a pulp with a bowling ball for every strike he missed. He did unfortunately miss 2. That's because he didn't believe my threat. The second because he was too afraid of what would happen the next time he'd miss. Quitting bowling wasn't an option, of course. He'd lose more than his fingers if he did that. Smash, smash, smash. Using a bowling ball was a bit inefficient, but it did get the point across. Nice. Bit brutal, but if it works, it works. What kind of twisted prank is this? I'll go next. It has something to do with the girl who loved running I told you about. Well, putting the tanks in her shoes wasn't the only thing I did. No matter what I did, she wouldn't give up running, and I tried everything. I put laxatives in her food before the important race. I spread nasty rumors about her, like how weird she smelled when she trained because she sweated so much. Eventually, I found one permanent solution to this problem. I invited her to a secluded part of the school building where no one would bother us, and pushed her down the steps. She wasn't too badly hurt, she had only twisted her ankle. Fortunately, I had prepared a sledgehammer in advance. It was pretty heavy, but I managed to lift it, and I shattered her legs, brought the hammer down over and over. I can still hear the crunching mixed with her screams. I loved the look on her face when she realized that she'd never be able to run again. She, of course, tried to accuse me, but no one would believe her. There was no evidence, and I was well liked by teachers and students. So she was called a liar who was jealous of me and probably just got into an accident and tried to frame me. That was when I got a taste for destroying other people's dreams. I felt similarly ecstatic when I stabbed the eardrums of a composer and peeled off the skin of a model. Ha, I'm getting nostalgic. I can relate. True, very relatable. This was beyond being a bad prank. This was sick. Alright, let me tell you a story as well. At the zoo, there was a penguin that I was really close to. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. This has gotten dark so fast, and I do not like it. I do not like it. I want to stop. 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 No more. I'm done. I can't be done. All the things I do for this audience, this lovely audience. I will put myself through this torture. Do not worry, I can take it. Hung out with him regularly, played a lot with him, was really cute. If you about to tell me that you cooked this penguin, I will personally find you, because I have a certain set of skills. Certain set of skills I've developed over a long lifetime. And I will find you, and I will unalive you. Was probably my closest friend aside from Angie and Blaze. He also seemed to like me back. None of the keepers were as close to him as me. Whenever I entered his pen, he'd run up to me right away. He was always sad when I had to leave. And I've been very sad if anything ever happened to that penguin. I don't like this. This is going one of two ways. I don't like either. One night, I stays in the penguin's pen. He had convinced me to sleep over. I was watching him sleep peacefully when the hunger came. ... I did it. I killed him and ate him. Right then and there, raw. I was crying, but he tasted so good. Then I moved on to a tapir. Also one of my best friends. Then a tiger baby I myself had helped deliver. I ate them all while crying, but the sadder their death was, the better they tasted. No. Eventually, my curiosity transitioned from the animals to my co-workers. How sad would it be if I ate them? How tasty would they be? Alright, this is screwed up. Very screwed up. They all have disturbing imaginations, and I want no part of it. Also, what is up with my headphones? I keep hearing these weird sounds. Oh yeah, you know, the meaty, gushy sounds? Alright, I just remembered. Amy, was this your address? Location. What the? Why do you have this? I made sure to research everyone's address to be able to find a good meeting spot for the in-person event that most people would not object to. How about we visit Amy now that we're friends? That sounds like a great idea. I'm a bit far away as I'm in America. It might take me a few minutes. Alright, I've had enough. They're seriously creeping me out. There's no reason to keep talking to them while no other classmates have joined. Maybe we can make a new group chat without those three. A message by Liv? I guess she's awake already. Hey, Amy. Hey, Liv, have you also received a group chat invite from Blaze? They're planning a class reunion, but they're being very weird. An invite? Can't say that I got one. Didn't Blaze say he sent out an invite to all of our past classmates? That's odd. But hey, this reminds me of an urban legend I read recently. It's about some scary group chat message stuff. Let me send you a link. There she goes again with those urban legends and occult stories. She really can't get enough of them. It's Twitter. Rock Wreck Games. Not exactly in the mood for scary stories, but I'll humor Liv. Someone sent a message into the group chat. We're here. We're here. We're here. Oh, we're done. Huh? What? What? Okay. Why does this one got a bag over their head? Or is that a box? This man's pretty googly. And I don't like how this man is like a Marowak. If it was straight out of SCP. But he does look pretty dapper. I will give him that. Alright, well. That is disturbing. Very disturbing. That has been... What is this called? Let me look. I done forgot already. This was... Alright. This was Class Reunion Chat Room. I'm sorry. I do not remember the name. Very interesting title. Had a lot of cool elements to it. The sound, the music was all great. The storytelling was pretty good. I mean, it's really great for what it was. It was just a very big reading, like, visual novel kind of deal. Like, I don't know, it's really good, really interesting. Did creep me out because the sounds I was hearing, and then Liv wakes up and is like, oh yeah, by the way, you know, there's this urban legend about, you know, group chats. You know, they come to eat your liver and, you know, eat penguins and put tacks in people's shoes and, you know, yeah. And you're like, oh. Well, okay, that is interesting. Okay, yes. So yeah, very interesting game, very interesting concept. I enjoyed it. You can find it on Steam, guys. It is totally free. I recommend giving it a try unless, you know, you got creeped out like I did and didn't want to play it anymore. I would understand. But yeah, so this has been Class Reunion Chat Room. Phenomenal game. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe to the channel. It really helps us out. And make sure to turn on those bell notifications so you never miss out on our awesome content. Also, make sure to follow me on all social media, link in the description below. And until next time, it's been Frightful Storm. And I will see you guys when I see you guys. Peace.